Crazy shit happens when you achieve wealth in your physical life. Right now, I'm dumping $30 million into my RuneScape YouTube channel. You see, like, I am a strange person. Maybe I'm not super like weird. I just really love RuneScape, and this is all I ever wanted to do in my life was play RuneScape. Unfortunately, I fucked around and had kids, and like was born into a big, wonderful family that like helped me every step along the way, and became a Freemason and networked with some of the highest level people in my communities and some of the most contributing members of God in the church, and have a lot of friends and like people that care about me that I don't know how to care about back, because the truth is I've been hurt in the past, and I don't know how to give back in terms of being a friend, but I can give money, you know, and like moral support, you know, and like knowledge, and like raise the next generation of my family and my friends' families, and like be there for my friends, and just give the raw, straight, real deal the way I see it. Whenever I'm educating people, I'm telling the fucking truth. Is like, I'm not gonna give you theory and make you believe it just for it to be like potentially not even fucking true, you know? Everything that I teach people is 100% of what I actually fucking believe to be 100% true. I would never play with someone's intelligence. There's a right reason and a wrong reason to tell the fucking lie. And when you're teaching people like very vital details about like how life fucking works, for example, I like to teach people a principle that I truly believe that with enough sacrifice, compromise, and time, you can achieve anything you fucking want. But generally, you know, you're not gonna hop into business on day one and be like a billionaire or achieve wealth in like a short period of time. You know, it took me 27 years and 10 years of round the clock effort to reach wealth. Wealth is considered around like 400 to 600 million dollars. And now that I am dumping 30 million into my YouTube channel, I'm only like rich again. I don't want to be wealthy, I just want to be rich, you know. Wealth is dangerous because wealth is reserved for like the literal children of God. Like, I'm born from God, and I'm 100% grateful to be born from God, because there's also like corrupted gods out there having children that like wind up having not such a good experience. You know, like being born from the devil is pretty much XP waste, and there's no RuneScape in fucking hell, and I'm very grateful that I'm not burning in hell, you know, that I'm born from a good God that fucking was born with care, and like hopefully not going to hell, you know, so that would be really shitty. But like, you know, it's just sad, you know, a lot of life is really fucking sad, but Yeah, right here. I just drank a fucking Mountain Dew. God damn it, Mountain Dews are fucking awesome. I don't know what. I mean, bro, like, only thing that matters to me is fucking God, you know? Like, at least, like, if that's all my life ever was service to God, that would be perfectly fine. Maybe I, like, perform service to God with what I have right now. And, like, do a kind of, like, my blueprint of kind of, like, what I want to do to create generational impact and wealth in a business is, like, a business that lasts forever. A business that sort of lasts forever, even after the government takes over the economy and kind of puts more of a grip on like who can sell things. And rogue like entrepreneurship basically controls like the consumer economy right now, and the government is one day probably going to have more of a stranglehold on who can like buy and sell certain things. And what we need more than anything else is for fucking Trump to sit down and just kind of like square everyone and say like, this is the way it fucking is. Islamic people are not allowed to buy firearms. Black people get welfare. White people, if you want the opportunity to like have your, well, black people can also own their own business if they want. You know, it's like sort of like some kind of like general like guideline of a spoken agreement like on television between the government and the people of what we can and can't do as people. If we have negative history with people from other countries, like for example, Islamic people cannot own a firearm. White people and black people and like certain people that we don't have beef with are the only people that are allowed to make any real money in this country. And basically, if you're coming here from like, this kind of strikes a core with me. Like, if you are not white, basically, or black, and you came to this country for the American dream, like 100 years ago, or like 200 years ago, you know, is like, maybe you have a little bit less, like, privileges than, like, me, you know? And being, like, from the Mayflower does not, like, automatically qualify you for, like, you get to, like, own your own business or something, but pretty much, you know, depending on your survey of, like, what you, like, your, is like, maybe I'll be the one to fucking do that, is basically, I'll be the fucking president to fucking do that, god damn it. And, when we have this conversation, is basically, we're gonna work on behalf of, like, the best interests of everybody, and the most logical conclusion, and we will create, like, a constitution of rights for individual races, creeds, religions, and stereotypes. I really believe that all black people, if you're like dark-skinned black, you should get welfare. Or like African DNA should have more access to welfare. We'll create like in articles of individual race rights for everyone in this country. White people and black people should be really, like, as far as I know, and the only people that have immediate like rights to whatever the fuck they want. And quite frankly, in the more like distant future, when tensions between the United States and Mexico kind of cooled down, and basically people with native heritage can kind of do whatever they want to. You know, they still basically conquered nature in this country, and that's like worth something. You know, maybe not right now, but in like 150 years, that's the way it's gonna fucking be. That's my opinion, you know, and or you know, like I don't know, and then I don't know if I like a lot of people like is what I say is Trump shouldn't just tighten up the borders. Trump should close down the fucking borders and just stop letting people in for a little while. We have plenty of troops. You know, we started like rallying the fucking troops a couple hundred years ago. And because China had had and has like 1 billion people, and at one point the United States only had like, now we have like 300 million people, you know. And we also have a military base near China, and we're like building a military base in the Middle East so that we can feel safe. That's what all this shit is all about. And as someone who lives here, I feel like I could get a fucking letter at my door any fucking day saying that I gotta go to fucking Iran to make sure that the terrorists don't get ahead. Quite frankly, I love Middle Eastern people. I just don't think that they're very always like good people, I'm being honest. But, you know, there's a time and place in the grand scheme of things to not be such a good fucking person. My understanding might be a little bit warped, but as far as I know, Islamic people are the devil dogs of God, and Christians are like the good guys and the hero character, and Islamics are like the devil character. And I don't know who wins, and quite frankly, I don't care. I don't like want anyone to get hurt or suffer. It's like there's war, and people have died, and people are gonna continue to fucking die. And it's fucking bullshit. If you could push a button and stop people from fucking killing each other, I think we all would. But, you know, it's almost like, in the back of my mind is like, almost like we kill each other to justify killing animals for their fucking flesh and meat, you know. That's not right, you know. I really think we should convert to like veganism. Doesn't matter, you know. China doesn't like us, you know. The Middle East doesn't like us. There's domestic terrorism here in America of like people kind of like sitting in their fucking edge of their seat waiting for like their opportunity to set off a bomb or something. Mostly like Middle Eastern people, because for like, well, teach you guys a little bit about American history. I don't know, nor would I ever, if I did know, would I tell you any sensitive details about the inner workings of like politics in any country. Is basically you know, the United States invaded Vietnam to get a military base near China, because China had such military power that it was like an arms race to figure out who's gonna fucking not die if we ever go to war. So we invaded Vietnam and made a military base in Vietnam because they wouldn't fucking give it to us, so we just took it, you know, which arguably is politics and is business. people live and people die. Everyone's got to die someday. And then for the war in the Middle East, and then there's the United States got involved in like World War II, like trying to have people's back and shit, like, and dropped 2 bombs on Japan, like big ass bombs, like, ginormous bombs that like killed like I don't even know how many people, just like an entire like city full of people, like 2 bombs, 2 cities. And so Japan fucking hates us, but that's what happens when you fuck with the friends of America, god damn it. And trying to be like a little bit of a patriot here, but basically the Middle East did hijack 2 planes and crash into the World Trade Centers, the Twin Towers, back in 2001, and that started a whole fucking thing where then we started fucking with people in the Middle East, and then Iran starts trying to develop nukes. So America bombed Iran. This was like actually like 2-3 months ago. We bombed Iran so that they can't get nukes. Trying to do like the right thing for everybody. And then this whole fucking thing in Venezuela is like America finally does something fucking wrong, Is like everything that America really has ever done. No one likes America. If you're not from here, you probably don't like us. And that's not our problem, and it's not the citizens' problem, and it's not our fucking problem if you don't like us. Tough is like, what did I ever do to you? It's like, don't be a fucking asshole and bad shit, and America won't be the police and shit, So what happened is America gets a lot of hate, but this thing in Venezuela just kind of like grinds my gears a little bit, because for the first time in my life, I see that like we finally did something bad. For the first time in like 300 years, we just did like a bad thing. And Trump invaded Venezuela. Well, they were bringing drugs into the country and stuff. And then they kidnapped the leader of Venezuela. Because he was allowing all this shit to happen. And pretty much, it doesn't quite, is like, in America, ever since 9/11, I've always, like, all my life, ever since 2001, I've been ready to fucking die. So, that's kind of how we feel here. It's like, I think that's how, and then idiots from other countries think that shit is fucking awesome, like they're gonna try some shit with us. I promise you, I'm gonna rip your fucking guts out before I let you fucking kill me. I'll kill you first, motherfucker, and that's like policy. Is like, everything that we've done is in the name of like right and wrong and righteous, and don't bring drugs into my country. Especially don't be a fucking terrorist and like blow shit up here. And like, quite frankly, Vietnam was like a sad thing. It's like the saddest thing that's happened in the past 100 years here. Where like Vietnamese people really are like decent people. It's just that's the best place that we could have went to build a military base so that China can't easily like win a war against us. China has more people, but we have basically protection against China. And then the UK apparently doesn't like us, and I don't know why. And then like, in American schools we're taught that like, well, we fought for freedom in this country. We fought to have freedom of religion, freedom of politics and creed, and like if you want to be a fucking devil worshiper in this country, you can. And the UK, as far as I know, is like a firm church state, you know, and that doesn't make them fucking better than us. Yeah, I believe in God just fine. I'm 100% devoted to God, but I embrace the freedom that God, you know, gave me. I'm born in this country. I am a soul born in this country that has a history as a soul. And an age and past lives, and it pretty much I can promise you that, like, you know, whatever you think matters in terms of life and death and afterlife and war and right from wrong, like, doesn't matter, like, in terms of how most people, I think, feel about it. Is like 9/11 happened here in America. They killed 2 giant skyscrapers full of working people. And I don't give a fuck about that shit. You didn't kill my brother. It's like and if you think I killed your brother, a lot of Middle Eastern people do feel that way. At least I think they do. Then I'm glad you fucking feel that way, because that just shows that you're emotional. I don't get all fucking emotional. You know, it's like people live and people die. The same way that you eat a fucking cow or a pig or a chicken is like, I will fucking eat you, you know. And fuck your bitch in front of you as you're dying, you know. I'm a animal. I like pussy, money, drugs, alcohol, killing things, and being a fucking savage and a beast. But I don't fuck with people. Venezuela's probably watching this video. I have, like, generally, like, you probably got it twisted. Venezuelans keep doing shitty business in America and bringing, like, drugs into the country and stuff, so we kidnap the president so that you quit doing that shit. And that's his fucking problem. What does that have to do with you? We could easily just nuke your fucking country and everyone in it, and you'll all be fucking dead, and we'll just take your resources and shit. But we don't do that because we like you guys. We don't want to hurt anybody, but don't bring drugs into the fucking country. We haven't hurt the president yet, the new president. We haven't hurt the next president, so pretty much, if you're from another country, don't worry. America's not really going to hurt you. But we just want to be safe, you know. Everyone wants to be safe, and the United States is pretty much now sanctioned from the United Nations to be like little brother of the United Nations and to handle business and stuff. We sent some people to Ukraine to help with Ukraine, and I don't know what the fuck is going on there, but pretty much, you know, electing Trump was showing the world how kind of like ridiculous, you know, we are. But we needed a businessman to be the fucking president, and then he gets a bunch of military power and starts fucking with people and stuff. And I just live here, you know, that's not my problem, you know. If you want to kill anybody, don't fuck with me, you know, go kill the government, because if you want to kill me, I'll kill you first, you know. That's like, you know, just like general like rule of thumb is don't fuck with America, and or I'll fuck your mom.